Struggling to get ahead financially? Watch this video and I'll show you my 4-part formula that will show you how to get ahead financially. For the best advice on ditching debt, conquering credit, securing savings, and just overall mastering your money, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a video every Tuesday. If you're struggling with managing your money, by the end of this video, you'll have 4 things you can begin doing in order to get ahead. I use these exact strategies to pay off over $200,000. So let's jump right in. All right, so number 1 is you must budget. Okay, now, I want you to know that budgeting is not a 4-letter word. And if you do it correctly, you may actually feel like you got a raise. I want you to think of budgeting as giving you permission to spend. It doesn't prohibit you from having fun or enjoying your life. A budget puts you in the driver's seat when it comes to your money. It makes you the boss instead of letting the money be the boss of you. It helps you be intentional with your money instead of impulsive. So when you hear this, you're going to think, okay, Jermaine, you must be some sort of nerd. But it's true. I absolutely love teaching people how to budget because I see the difference that it makes in their lives, and it just makes me so happy. So that's why I created a step-by-step budgeting guide that you can download for free. All you have to do is click on the link below and I'll send it over to you right away. Number 2, the second thing you must be doing with your money in order to get ahead is you must be saving. There are 3 main things you should be saving for, really 3 main categories. The first one is a rainy day. This type of savings is for emergencies and unexpected expenses, things that life throw at you that you just don't see coming. Eventually, you'll want at least 6 months of expenses saved up. But if you're just getting started, I really want you to learn how to build that savings muscle. And here's how you do it. Okay, so first, I want you to set a goal for yourself to save $1,000 as fast as you can. Next, every month, I want you to save 20% of what you have left over after covering all expenses. We'll talk about what to do with that 80% a little later. But I want to take a moment here and just explain the entire budgeting process and where that extra money is going to come from, that leftover money. You're probably asking yourself, where's it going to come from? So here's how it works. So if you get that budgeting guide I talked about earlier, you'll see that I want you to list your income at the top of your budgeting page. And then after that, you're going to list all of your expenses. Now, in that expense category, you're going to include all of your payments on all of your debt, but only the minimum payments. So say you have 2 credit cards and a student loan. You're just going to pay the minimum due on those credit cards and the student loans. That's the only thing you're going to include in your expenses when you initially do your monthly budget. Then you're going to take your income minus your expenses, and hopefully, I think most of you are going to have some money left over. Now, keep in mind, in your expenses, you're also including your spending money, your pocket money, entertainment. Whatever you're going to plan to do that month, you're going to include all of that in your expenses, all of your bills, all of your entertainment, all of your pocket money. It's already accounted for in your expenses, right? So then you're going to subtract you're going to take your income and then you're going to subtract your expenses. You should have money left over. Now, usually, if you're not budgeting, that money just disappears. It just evaporates. Who knows where it goes? But once you become intentional, you're going to actually see, oh my God, I have $500 left after I cover everything, or I have $1,000 left after I cover everything. Then you can say to yourself, okay, if I have $1,000 left over, I'm going to take 20% of that and throw it in my rainy day fund, and that 80%, you're going to put it on your debt, in only one of your debts. And you'll learn about that a little later. You're not going to spread it amongst all of your debts. You're actually going to just put it on one debt until that one's paid off. And we'll talk about that, like I said, a little later. But I just wanted to pause and just really explain the kind of the budgeting process, just like a high level overview, so you'll know what I mean by, okay, the money you have left over. Okay? Thanks. Let's move on to the next one. So the next type of savings is going to be for big purchases. Purchases like furniture, vacations, maybe even a new car. This is a really big deal because a lot of times that's where people go into debt when it comes to purchasing big ticket items like furniture, vacations, and vehicles, right? And there is a way that you can do this that is really, really simple and easy. Say you want to go on vacation and it costs $2,000 and you want to go in 10 months. So that means you have 10 months to save up $2,000. So I recommend that you use something called a sinking fund. And all that is when you take the big amount that you need and you divide it by how many months you have to save for it. So if you were going on a vacation that costs $2,000 and you had 10 months to save for it, you would just take that $2,000, divide it by 10, and you will get $200. And every month, you're going to budget under your expenses for your budget $200, and you're going to direct that money to your big purchase account. Separate from your rainy day account. It's okay to have multiple savings accounts. It'll keep you very, very organized. And then within 10 months, you'll have exactly the amount you need to go on that vacation, enjoy it without going into debt. Voila. Next, you should be saving for the future, also known as retirement. Now, a great place to start this is with your employer if you are offered a 401k plan. And the great thing about most 401k plans is that a lot of employers are matching their employees' contributions. I've heard, as much as 6 or 8% being matched. But even if it's only 1 or 2% being matched, you should take advantage of it because it is free money. Another place to put some money away for retirement is with a Roth IRA. And you can start that online with a place like Fidelity or Vanguard, someplace where they offer lots of different options for you. And then for my parents out there, all of my moms and my dads, if you have children, another thing you should be saving for, which is off in the future, is for your kids' college. And that'll come a little later. I'll do some videos about that as well, some of your options. But, really the most important thing is to make sure you're saving for your retirement. And believe me, the 70-year-old you will thank you. Now, if this is making sense to you, please type money in the comments. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page and you're getting this. So type money in the comments if this is making sense. Number 3. Now we're on to the third thing you should be doing if you want to get ahead financially, and that is you need to make paying off debt a priority. There is no getting around this one. Debt is not your friend and you need to get rid of it. Now here's where that other 80% comes in. When you're preparing your monthly budget, you should initially only include minimum payments on all of your debts, and we talked about that earlier. Then, once you subtract all of your expenses from your income, 80% of what's left over should go toward one debt. The key word here is one. You may be asking yourself, okay, which debt should I choose to pay extra on? And I'm glad you asked. There are 2 popular ways of getting out of debt, and both require you to focus on one debt at a time while paying the minimum payment on all other debts. The first one is the debt snowball, made famous by Dave Ramsey, and the other one is called the debt avalanche. So the debt snowball is a method in which you list all of your debts from the smallest dollar amount to the largest dollar amount, and you pay them off in that order. The debt avalanche is where you list all of your debts from the highest interest rate to the lowest interest rate, and you pay them off in that order. Again, both methods require you to pay the minimum payment on all of your debts and pay extra on one debt at a time until it's paid in full, and so on and so on. I use the debt snowball to pay off over $200,000 in debt, so that's the method I recommend most. However, there are pros and cons to both of these methods, so I want to dedicate a video to them in the near future. So in the coming weeks, I'll do a video comparing the debt snowball and the debt avalanche so that you are well informed on both options. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so that you're notified every time I post new videos. Number 4. This one may surprise some of you, but here it is anyway. You must allow yourself to enjoy life while working to get ahead financially. I'm not one to believe that you should deprive yourself while trying to reach financial goals, but I do think you should discipline yourself. Taking control of your money is very similar to taking control of your weight. Extreme diets are not the way to go if you want lasting change. However, healthy lifestyle changes can take you much further than any fad diet ever will. The same concept applies when managing your money. If you go to the extreme and not add any fun to your budget, chances are you won't stick with it. One of my girlfriends put it best when she said, and I quote, "I want to know how I can manage my money but still go to the salon or on occasional vacations." She said, "I'm tired of the ditcher latte mumbo jumbo." I believe most women feel this way, including me. There you have it. You now know how to get ahead financially. Please don't forget to grab my step-by-step budgeting guide. All you have to do is click on the link below. Now, if you liked this video, please let me know by liking it and by sharing it with your friends. Also, comment below with helpful if this video helped you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.